Hello, everybody, and welcome to, well, I'd say the annual turning on or the annual switch on of the RTM Christmas background. Merry Christmas, everyone. See, I'm even pointing at it. And there's even an elf on a shelf. I won't be moving it. I don't have the time. Honestly, nor do I care. Oh, that's so mean. Maybe I will move it around for the kids, man. First of all, before we go anywhere, bit of business. Reminder to everybody that go and collect your Regal Ravager points. I screwed this up because I forgot to claim them, I think, on a Saturday. Believe it or not, I was having a bit of life. Yes, that was the first Saturday before they were put out. So, yeah, because I didn't claim that Saturday and I'd already pre-claimed my 6 point bonus because I don't know. Take a time machine and ask my previous self why I did that. I cannot get it. But for those that have been following the rules, go get it. The points have been reset. But also make sure to pick up your weekly web store crystal, which is not working because cables and random red arrow out of nowhere. We like technology sometimes when it works, and when it doesn't, we curse it to oblivion. But yeah, I am referring to the reset of these points right here. Which you can see, they are having a different emblem, which is a bit weird. They should really have the Regal Ravagers emblem, which is a little bit sussy. A little bit sussy indeed. And yes, there we go. It does work now, the cable, to go, yes, go and claim your points. Go claim your weekly web store Legends Crystal. Or, no, Reunion Crystal. We want them to be changed to Rebuff Crystal. Kabam. Get working on that one. But, yeah, so we're going to be going over in this video the reveals of Punisher and Imperiosa, I want to say. So let's roll that footage and first of all, and then react and kind of break down what we see through the medium of pausing. Let's do it. Here we go with Imperiosa right off the bat. We start with their animation, which looks incredible, by the way, and scary. And of course, then we've got Punisher, who's a bit persistent. That's nice. And then we've got Imperiosa again. She's just doing animations. That's nice. Was that worth it? Probably not. So it looks like Kabam are gatekeeping information when it comes to Imperiosa. But what do we know about Punisher? Well, I think we know a lot from watching the live stream, the Kabam live stream, and I think we've actually even covered Punisher as well. The Kabam saying use the Punisher relic with Punisher. Well, possibly that would be it. But I think we covered this champion, and now I'm kind of like remembering I think we actually did some of the abilities and stuff. So we'll just showcase some things here. You can see that the champion, whether or not this has got something inbuilt with a mastery, which is the oh my, I cannot remember the mastery. I'm going to have to find out now. Willpower mastery. Get with the program, Rich. Yes, I will do. So, yes, there could be something kind of inbuilt with that within the champion, providing this is actually done with... I'm going to say maybe not then. Maybe this is just like, I don't know, Karate Mike doing some kind of recording. We've got Unstoppable. We've got a Fury buff. That's more of a Fury effect. It doesn't look like the champion gains buffs, but he may get a Dexterity. I have to see in some other footage. That'll probably be in the deep dive later on in the week. We've got Physical Resistance right there, and that's cool. Endurance as well, which is nice. There's also Breach, which this looks like he kind of like snapped back right there with that one. And that's pretty, again, cool, but gaining a grit, which again is a counter to Rhino. So that's, again, like there's going to be some cool mechanics that the champion has. I think a lot of people will really enjoy, and especially if you're getting a lot of kind of damage fight per fight with stuff. But yeah, that I think is going to be it. I don't see anything of substance, of anything substantial to comment on or kind of like, yeah, talk about, because I'm pretty certain we've already done a video looking at some of these things. Hopefully the spotlight later on this week and the coverage that Kabam are going to do as part of the live stream on Friday will give us a bit more details, but that I think is really it, because I am not seeing from any of this footage anything else other than that. I was looking forward to kind of like just seeing, was there a swipe back, but I don't think there was, to indicate some sort of like, you know, dexterity, so buff immunity and stuff like that. But yeah, that's all she wrote. Yeah, now I remember we have already covered this because I think it was like Seaton, Sammy, lots of other content creators that went to the Summoners Fest already kind of like had some of this kind of information already there. Like, first of all, from the abilities, Punisher doesn't have time to bleed. He has 40% bleed resistance and is immune to wither. Then there's whenever a bleed debuff on the opponent expires, there's a 25% chance to inflict a bleed passive for 2 seconds. So like there's a lot of like information already known about this champion. So I'll probably leave some kind of stuff in the description to kind of like check out like some YouTube channels on that. I think the main thing for me is the critical the passive, the grip passive, and also the kind of the ramp. I mean, maybe we'll just kind of cover this in this video. So this is interesting here. Every 33% max health lost, the Stubborn Punisher gains an indestructible passive for 4 seconds, unaffected by ability accuracy. The first 2 health thresholds can only be triggered once per quest, which again is cool because at least gives him like a chance to like stay alive for a length of time, gives him some sustainability, maybe not survivability, but definitely sustainability. Well, I guess in some ways some survivability because he can't be kind of like knocked out too quickly. Also, his interaction with villain champions. The first hit, the special attack grants Punisher 118.42% impact passive, which obviously will change and vary depending on rarity and also rank. For every physical resistance he has active, these last 20 seconds increase 40 seconds against #villains. Max Axe 10. When starting a fight against the villain, Punisher gains one of these impact passives, punishes heavy attacks, refreshes all impact passives as well. There seems to be like a lot to the champion to kind of remember. Like his Punisher has an impact on or indestructible effect active. Punisher's gunshots into blocks guarantee critical hits, whether or not you hit through the block on enemies. Again, that's going to be another kind of key thing as well. On it, first hit inflicts a non-stacking 50% injury passive. I guess the more you have, increase the tick rate of all bleed debuffs on the opponent by 300% for the duration of the precision. And of course, it's important because you get the precision for 10 seconds. So you want to ramp. You know, will the rotation be something like do an SP2, do an SP1, do an SP1 when you're close to an SP2, then ramp up to an SP2, throw SP2. We'll find out on Friday. It's fun to find out things, isn't it? I'll also be interested to what's going to be featured at the live stream, which will probably be the banquet event, but we'll have to see later on today what the crack is with that. SP2, while below 1 bar of power, what's that? Each hit into the block grants 15% of power. On activation as an attacker, purify or petrify debuffs. Nice as an attacker. If the final hit lands on the opponent's block, Punisher gains an unstoppable passive for 1.75 seconds. If the opponent is more likely to cower behind their block. Okay. An SP3 attack rating for each personal endurance. Attack rating if Punisher is indestructible is up as well. So wait until indestructible, throw SP3, then do a lot of damage. Is that going to be the play? But then if you're indestructible, you have to rely on yourself to be hit under a percentage of max health threshold. So therefore you're losing health. Do you want to be losing health? Is it better to be endurance and then hit? So again, these could be some like important rotation matters. I guess the trigger point will be here. For every 20% health either champion is missing, Punisher gains an indefinite 20% endurance. So it's like you have to lose 20%, or the enemy has, in order to go to maybe SP3 to then do the rotation. And I think there's going to be multiple rotations for this champion. That's necessarily either the right rotation, the wrong rotation, or your own personal choice of rotation. But yeah, I'm excited. The Punisher buff coming to a place near you. I think I'm going to like those bleeds, but the rotation matters to get to them. Is it going to be better to, like, say, start off with an SP1 and then do an SP3? Or is it like SP3 and then do SP1s? There's going to be some big questions on what is the best rotation. What do you think it's going to be based on the ramp? Put it in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. Check out some other content located on screen. And I'll see you all in the next video. Ta-ra for now.